Welcome back to Good Morning Sri Lanka. It's the 24th of April, the day before a holiday. And today is a Wednesday. It's 140th day. If you're doing your own personal countdown, it's 140th day of the year. And if you can't wait for 2014, we have 251 more days. You can do the math. I kind of did a little bit of math, and I think that's probably right. 114th day of the year, 251 more days till 2014. If you're celebrating your birthday today, by the way, happy birthday. And you share your birthday with the first person to call herself an American Idol. Kelly Clarkson celebrates her birthday today. She was born in 1982. So there you go. Happy birthday to you. And don't forget to milk it for all it is worth. In the local scene, let me just to tell you what everyone's talking about, and that is, of course, the electricity tariff. And according to the latest report, Parliament was adjourned yesterday. Until today, 1 p.m. after the UNP staged a protest over electricity tariff hike, and soon after, Power and Energy Minister Pavitra Waniyarachi completed her speech on the electricity tariff hike. The UNP MP started to shout slogans inside the House, and at this point, House Leader and Minister Nimal Siripala de Silva requested the Speaker to adjourn the session, claiming the UNP was trying to disrupt the parliamentary session, and they will come again. They will start deliberating sometime today around 1 in the afternoon. So that's what's happening in the local scene. We got a lot more. But first, let's check out what happened to Lion Air as it was about to land in Bali. The pilot simply saying that they were simply dragged by the wind. And here's that story.
An Indonesian investigation team at Bali airport said that they had found the black box from the Lion Air Boeing 737 aircraft that crashed into the sea just short of the runway last week. In a news conference, the general manager of the airport, Purwanto, showed off the black box.
Balik dulu, jangan banyak nanti patah. Iya. Ready yang pertama. Ya. Ya, Rahman. Oke. Ya. Ya. Oke, ke depan ya.
Pada waktu kita melakukan pencarian itu,
the time we did a search today is toward the dark, and the water began to rise, so that we really do an intensive and meticulous searching to find the device. Finally, at 19:02 local time, our drivers from Indonesia Army found the device in a good condition, and now we will hand over to National Committee on Safety Transportation. He added that the recorder will help them to reveal the cause of the accident. All 108 passengers and aircraft crew miraculously survived, and about 40 people were treated for injuries. Budget carrier Lion Air is Indonesia's largest airline, and it's rapidly expanding. The plane was only delivered last month. Indonesia has been struggling to improve its civil air safety after a string of deadly accidents. In 2007, Lion Air was among a number of Indonesian airlines banned by the EU for lack safety standards. The ban was progressively lifted starting in 2009.
Well, hoping for better days when it comes to Lion Air and in general the industry of airlines and flying, because it is still the safest way to fly. If I could quote Superman, one of his earlier movies. Now, talking about being dragged by the wind, it seems the ball didn't even stand against this man. If you're a big fan of the IPL, I'm pretty sure you know what I'm talking about. Yesterday was a phenomenal day for Chris Gayle. Yes, West Indies batsman Chris Gayle has scored the fastest century in the history of professional cricket, reaching 3 figures off just 30 balls while playing for the Royal Challenger Bangalore in the IPL. The Royal Challengers Bangalore in the IPL. If you don't know what the numbers were, it's 175 not out, the highest T20 score ever of 66 deliveries, which included 13 fours, 17 sixes, and a strike rate of 265.15. Yes, the left-hander's 30-ball ton beat the previous 34-ball 2020 record set by Australia's all-rounder Andrew Simmons. And I remember right after he hit that 175, they just had to stop the match, and he had to be interviewed, and I was part of my lack of cricketing knowledge. I had to ask, so what was going on? And then the boys, the SFM boys, said, because you can actually win a 2020 match with that score 175, which of course was achieved by this one man. So that is how incredible Chris Gale's feat was at the IPL, playing for the Royal Challengers Bangalore. So if you're a big fan of Chris Gale, something to celebrate about. And also, if you're monitoring the free trade agreements or the FTAs around the world, something very interesting and also something to celebrate about is the first ever inked between China and a European country, and it's a free trade agreement between China and Iceland. And we have that story.
China and Iceland announced joint declaration to deepen cooperation and inked a free trade agreement in Beijing during Icelandic Prime Minister's official visit to China. Chinese Premier Li Keqiang held a welcoming ceremony in Beijing. In their talks, Li said the joint declaration by the two countries to deepen cooperation again shows that the differences in population, history, culture and development level are not barriers in developing the state-to-state relation. Li hoped the two countries can seize a historical opportunity to boost their friendly cooperation and push forward the bilateral ties. The free trade agreement with Iceland is the first one signed by China with European countries, so it marks not only the milestone of mutually beneficial and win-win relationship between China and Iceland, but also sets a model for the development of trade relationship between China and Europe. Sigurdardóttir in response reaffirmed the friendly relationship between Iceland and China. The investments by Chinese enterprises in Iceland have boosted the economic development there. Iceland highly valued the trade cooperation with China and hopes to expand the two sides' exchanges and practical cooperation in fields like trading, investment, terrestrial heat, geoscience, Arctic pole, and environmental protection. Iceland reiterated to support China as an observer of the Arctic Council. It is proud to sign the FTA with China. She expressed her belief that the agreement will greatly promote the two sides' relationship. After the talks, China and Iceland inked the FTA and cooperation documents on finance, energy saving, terrestrial heat, a rehabilitative appliance, and also announced a joint declaration to deepen their cooperation. Li Keqiang and Sigurdardóttir witnessed the signing of the FTA.